Welcome to Extol Live, presented by Cutter Woodworking and the New Washington State Bank. I'm Angie Fenton. As you can see, I'm masking up today. We're taking COVID precautions seriously here at Extol, especially when food's involved. We have Liz and Paula in the kitchen coming up, and we're going to talk with them. I think we're going to be maybe making some pasta by hand. But really, the theme of today's show is about appreciation, and we'll get to that in just a few minutes. But before we do, we know that the buzz, of course, is about this Delta variant and in our midst, and more importantly, about our kids. So this morning, I talked with Dr. Bryant of Norton Pediatrics, and she had some wise words of advice. Check it out. This morning, we're fortunate to have Dr. Christina Bryant, Norton Children's Infectious Diseases, with us. Dr. Bryant, I know that this has been a busy time, and first and foremost, just want to thank you and all of our healthcare heroes for what you've been doing for far, far, far too many months. But we'll jump right in. What's on, I think, the forefront of so many people's minds is how concerned should we be for our kids? If you can kind of generally address that for us.
Yes, so thank you for having me today. It's true that cases in kids are accelerating each week. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, if we look at what's happening across the U.S., last week there were 121,000 new cases of COVID-19. Now, we know from media reports that many children's hospitals, including Norton Children's, is seeing an increased number of admissions. Last night, we had 17 kids admitted with COVID-19. That's a record. And so kids are being infected. Now, there's been a lot of questions about the Delta variant. Is it more severe in kids? At this point, we don't have data to say that it's more severe. I think what we're seeing is that more kids are getting infected, and so more kids are being hospitalized. The majority of kids infected with COVID-19 will have mild illness. Some will have no symptoms at all, but a percentage will get sick enough to be in the hospital. Historically, that's been 1 to 2 kids out of 100. And so as cases increase, then we're going to see more kids admitted to the hospital.
So I feel like this is the question that people have been debating. You only need to jump on your nearest social media and find folks from all walks of life who have opinions, but we take ours from medical professionals. And Dr. Bryant, we want to know, just some of the basics, especially for those who have young ones in our midst who are not able to be vaccinated because of ages. What are some best practices that we can take today?
So masking is important. Masking of kids above 2, especially in indoor settings, when they're going to be close to other children, is important. And it's a way to keep kids safe. Hand washing, always important. COVID-19 is not the only virus that is circulating in our community. We're seeing kids get infected with COVID-19 and another virus like RSV. And we worry that when kids get infected with more than one virus at the same time, that could potentially make them sicker. We're still learning about that. Kids who are not well should stay at home until they feel better.
Could I go ahead and ask you just a few questions, some quick scenarios, and ask for your best advice on ways that we can handle things?
Sure.
Okay. So what about indoor birthday parties? What would you do if your child was invited or wanted to have an indoor birthday party? Best recommendation.
If I had a child who was unvaccinated because they were too young to be vaccinated, I would be nervous about an indoor birthday party at this point in time. For parents who decide to do that, I think some key practices are to keep the party small, ask kids to wear masks, just like kids are doing in school, as long as they're 2 years of age, and clean their hands frequently, and try to keep some physical distance. If you're wearing a mask, the physical distance is not as important.
I'll use myself as an example. I start coaching at the YMCA. It's something that I've done with my daughter since she was 3, and soccer season starts on Saturday. We are outdoors. But and I know the Y is very into taking certain precautions and we'll follow those, but what are some best practices that you would recommend for outdoor kinds of activities like that?
There are certainly outbreaks associated with sporting events of all kinds. The risk outdoors is certainly less than the risk indoors. So, what happens when kids aren't playing? What are they doing? When they're gathered on the sideline, are they close? What are they sharing? How are they getting to and from practice? Are they getting in the same car? Are people going out to dinner afterwards? So I think it's not just the sporting event, it's looking at all of the other practices around the sporting event and weighing those risks. Angie, you didn't mention how old your daughter is, but
she's 5. And I will say this, we sit in pods, families sitting in their pods, and we make sure that we're very careful about how, mixing and all of those kinds of things. But yes, she's 5.
Oh, that's an exciting age. I think one thing that we can do to keep our young kids safe is to vaccinate the adults around them. And I think that's really a place where we have opportunity. So all the 5-year-olds can be taking the best and safest behaviors. But if an adult comes to soccer practice with COVID, well, the young kids around them could get infected. And so I think we know that we have some opportunity to increase immunization rates in adults and adolescents who are 12 and above.
Dr. Bryan, do you foresee that vaccinations becoming available for our younger ones anytime soon?
I think it's a potential. So both Pfizer and Moderna have conducted trials in children. Some of those trials are still ongoing, but the trials in kids who are 5 to 11, at least for Pfizer, I think they have data that they are ready to submit. Now, it's a multi-step process. So we need to make sure that vaccines are safe and effective in children. We know they're safe and effective in older children and adults. So those data will be submitted to the FDA. The FDA will review them. Then the CDC's Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices will review the data and make a recommendation. Some experts are saying for kids who are maybe in that 5 to 11 group, we could have something early winter, maybe late fall, but no firm date yet because we have to see the data.
Okay, and last question for you. It can be scary. It can be scary. I try to be very careful about the language that I use for our daughter just starting kindergarten and just making sure that kids are safe, but also not burdening them with things that they aren't equipped to handle right now. Any advice that you have for engaging with children and talking with them about the seriousness of this, but also letting them still be kids?
That's a terrific question, and probably a really common question among many parents. I think a great place to start is to start by asking the child, "Hey, what do you understand about what's happening right now? What do you understand about COVID-19? What do you understand about wearing a mask? And what questions do you have?" And, I think to some extent, we say COVID-19 is a germ that can make you sick. There are lots of germs that can make you sick out in the world, but there are ways that we can stay safe. One of the ways we stay safe is by cleaning our hands frequently. We wear our mask when we're at school or inside. We try to eat a healthy diet. We get plenty of sleep. So those common sense things that we say to kids about staying healthy. And then if they have worries because they've seen things on the news or they've heard their friends say things, you can tease those out and address those concerns.
Okay, we're not quite sure what technical difficulty that was, but happy Friday anyway. I'm Angie Fenton with Extol. Now, I said at the top of the show, one of the things that we're doing, in addition to taking COVID precautions, we are socially distanced enough with that, but also that appreciation is a theme. So we invited Shane Udick to join us, and he has no idea why. Shane, welcome.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Shane is, well, you explain with NB Develop, which we lease from in this incredible space. We are appreciative to Business First for recently taking the time to take a tour and feature this new space. But I mean, it's yours, and we're appreciative of that.
Absolutely. This has been a very blessed building. Lots of great tenants have come through, and it's been a fantastic facility. So we wish you guys the best in here.
So Shane, I did not prepare you for what we were doing in any way, but you started throwing out questions before we started the live stream, and you were like, "What are you going to ask me? You're going to ask me what I do?" Yes. Well, let's start with that. What do you do at NB Develop?
NB Develop is a boutique real estate development firm. Property management firm, real estate asset management is a good way to put it. So we own stuff that we're trying to continue to lease out. We are buyers, we are sellers, we are developers, and that means anything from land development to where we put in a roadway with utilities and then sell the land. Mm-hmm. Or we will take land that's already been developed and put a structure on it and lease it out and hold it, or lease it out and sell it. So lots of variety, not really yet niche focused, but never a dull moment.
Do you have any particular projects right now that make you excited?
We have a 16-unit townhome development going in at the top of Kinzig Road, mm-hmm. off of State Street. We have another project also back in that area where we are just developing the land and selling the units. We have some things over in Charlestown. We just got finished with a 24-unit apartment complex on Charlestown Road. We are going to begin putting up another 12-unit apartment complex in downtown New Albany. And there's some things I can't talk about yet, but those are the ones at the forefront right now.
Well, we saw you pacing back and forth outside at a phone call before we went live, and I know that you're very busy at NB Develop. But before I really tell you the reason why we wanted you to come on, talk just for a second about your family. I mean, yeah. I watch your Facebook page and just fall in love.
My wife is the more active of the two of us on social media, mm-hmm. but I am a husband and a father first. So my wife, Katie Udick, is a photographer, mm-hmm. and Katie Marie Photography, spelled with an I-E at the end of photography. She is fantastic, has become one of Louisville and Southern Indiana's most well-known photographers, so extremely proud of her. We have two children, Bennett, who's 8, and Lainey, who's 5. Both started up school this week, so really fun times. They're in that age where sports and school and everything, all the other extracurriculars are all consuming. So balancing being a husband, father, and doing all the things we need to do to keep the wheels turning at work is, it's always, the train's always running forward, full steam ahead.
Let's go back to your kids just for a minute, because they're not just great kids. I mean, you have some really wonderful little human beings. Yeah. I mean, you and Katie, I know you work together, but I mean, what's most important? How have you been able to teach them? Because they're kind kids, and that matters.
Oh yeah, it's important. We try to center them with Jesus. So we try to center them with common sense and family, and making sure that they realize that time and relationships are more important than anything else. And they're sweethearts, and both of them have kind hearts, and so we're a good little family unit, and we like to say, have a strong foundation before anything, and you can weather the storm.
Absolutely.
And life is a big storm, right?
Life is a big storm, that's for sure. Now, I had said that appreciation was a part of the theme, and so I have to just tell a real quick little, scene-setting context here. So ever since we have been fortunate enough to lease from NB Develop, we love this space. I dreamt about this space for days and days and days. And then finally, thankfully, it was still available, and it's been an amazing space for the entire Extol team, and we're grateful. But the part that always kind of makes me laugh is that when the only two occasions, one, we had great air conditioning, and then there was an issue in the room in another one. And so I called Shane, and I mean, within an hour, we had somebody from the AC company here, and they fixed it. And I was blown away. And Shane, you were just kind of like, that's what we do. And I said, no, that's not. That's what you do.
Oh,
and then there were guys out here for, several hours who were pruning bushes and pulling weeds. And I just was like, thank you so much for that. And again, Shane's like, that's what we do. And that's not the case. And I know some of you know what I'm saying with that. Not everybody who owns a business, or whether you're leasing, or a store owner, or whatever it is, not everybody treats people with kindness. And yes, that's your job to do those things, but the fact that you actually follow through, and the fact that you listen with all the things that you're going on, I can't tell you how much we appreciate MB Develop and you. And this isn't anything big, although purchased from one of my favorite stores. I'd love for you to take a look at it. You can read the card later. This is from all of us.
Go ahead and open it.
Go ahead and just look. We want you to go ahead and just look at it, because we like little gifts with meaning. So first, the socks, and I'll let you read what the socks say on there.
When you're right, no one remembers. When you're wrong, no one forgets.
And how true is that? It's when we receive, at Extol, when we receive calls or emails, it's very often people take the time to criticize, and they don't take the time to applaud or to celebrate with you. And so we wanted to take a minute to let you know we remember, and not right may not be the right word, but we remember and we appreciate your kindness. And speaking of kindness, this shirt's for you. We're hoping it's the right size. JD Dotson, who is a
humankind.
Be both.
Be both. Be a human and be kind.
And when it comes to being a human, to us, that just really means, you make people feel like they matter, Shane.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And so we just wanted to say thank you. And that was the gist.
This quote reminds me of a good old Warren Buffett quote, which says, it takes 20 years to build a good reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. So when you're right, nobody remembers. It takes 20 years to be that guy or girl. And when you're wrong, no one forgets. It's that gotcha moment, that aha moment. So appreciate that.
Well, we just wanted to say thank you. And that was it. That was the gist of it. We are so happy to have you here. We hope that we're making you proud in this space, but we do. We appreciate you. It's a big deal. Thanks, Shane. Now, Addie Miners is our Explorer reporter, and recently we sent her to Sellersburg.
Hey, Angie, are you looking for a good local coffee shop? Because I think I found the perfect place. I went over to Sellersburg this week for Explore with Addie to check out Starlight Coffee. What's going on, guys? Today on Explore with Addie, we are at Starlight Coffee in Sellersburg, Indiana. Let's go check it out. I'm here today with Jim Book, the owner of Starlight Coffee in Sellersburg, but I know there's more locations than just Sellersburg,
there's
correct?
4 total.
4 total.
Yes.
Okay, great. So tell me what, got you started with Starlight Coffee.
Actually our 19th next month is our 19th year of operation. Whenever I opened up in 2002, there was no coffee shops in Southern Indiana.
Really?
So I saw a need, and like I tell people, I was kind of young and dumb and made myself broke, but thought it could work.
Well,
So-
it seemed to work out now.
Well, yes. Yeah, it's been fun. So
Right.
I enjoy it. It's bartending without alcohol. So the whole initial just working behind the bar, interacting with customers was fun for me, and then to grow, it's always been a go, and we've just been fortunate enough to continue.
So I understand that you're the only roastery in Southern Indiana?
Well, I think there's some other people that might do it on the side, but I'm the only coffee shop that roasts its own beans. So we buy from the farms, we source from the farms, and it all comes to here, to the Sellersburg location, and we do the roasting and supply the shops, and we also have some wholesale along with it.
Well, that's awesome. That's very cool. I know you can literally see it right through the windows, which is a very cool touch to have. So what else do you guys offer here besides coffee?
Well, we have pastries and then just teas. That's our main focus is coffee, so we just offer a little bit extra items for those who don't drink coffee.
What makes your coffee shop different from the other coffee shops?
I try to pride ourselves on creating that community, inviting family feel to it from an atmosphere perspective. But then, having everything in-house, controlled in-house is nice, from the beans to the cup is I kind of pride myself on.
You talked about, your retail, having retail in here as well. So talk about what you sell retail-wise.
Oh, from mugs, bag beans for home use, cups, mugs, t-shirts.
I see some honey over there as well.
And some local honey, yeah. And we try to utilize as much local as we can. Even some of our lattes, we use local honey in them and local maple syrup, just to keep it
local.
Keep it Southern Indiana.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's great. It's a super cute place. Looks
Thank you.
awesome. So
Thank you.
Come check out Starlight Coffee in Sellersburg, Indiana, and stay tuned next week for another Explore with Addie. So actually, I had JD over there in Sellersburg with me. He came to help me be the camera guy, I guess you could say. He did a great job, but we also enjoyed some, what did you get the other day?
Rub it in. I got a bagel and cream cheese.
I had a coffee cake. I had a piece
all
of
the
coffee
carbs,
cake.
so it's fine.
It's all right. You know what? It's fine. We're going to burn it off today, right?
That's
The food was delicious, but now we need some workouts to help us when we overindulge just a little bit. So I know the last time we talked, you were getting close to taking your test, but now it's here, right?
It's coming up at the end of the month.
Okay. Exciting.
Fingers crossed. Send me some luck, because I'm not a test taker, so we'll see how that goes.
I'm sure you will do fantastic. So you're going to show us some good lower body exercises today?
So we talked last time about a Tabata, so we're going to do a Tabata, but this time it's going to be a squat Tabata. So squats are pretty good for getting our body moving, lower body, and we're going to give you some modifications. So if you are not into squats, if you think, I can't do that, got leg pain, or if you want to make it really intense, we can do that too. So the first, just the basic air squat. You're going to stand with your feet about shoulder width apart, kind of that, and then we're going to go down. Our hips are going to go lower than our knees, and our knees are going to head toward our feet. So just straight down. I have to put keeping your back straight and your chest out. So that's an air squat right there.
There we go.
So if you want to make this, maybe you're sore from.
I did tell you I did leg day 2 days ago, and I'm still sore from it right now.
And you have maybe a low ottoman, or you are not trusting your squat. It's just like sitting back in a chair. You can go there, and maybe just as soon as you touch, come back up, right?
Right.
Very easy.
Easy.
Another modification. So I'm going to let you choose when we do this Tabata.
Okay.
You can do a squat jump. So it's the same thing all the way down, and you're going to jump up like this, right?
Okay.
You can do that, right?
I've done it before. I don't know if my soreness will allow me to do that today, but I'll give it a try just for you.
Well, here's your third one, right?
Okay.
Here's your third option. So you're going to do, it's a drop squat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop, back up, drop.
I don't know which is worse.
Okay, so Tabata, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. I'm going to time you.
Oh, okay. All
so
right,
for
great.
20 seconds, you better let me hold that.
Yeah, you hold that for me.
20 seconds, you're going to just keep squatting. Whatever squat you want.
Okay.
I'm going to hit my timer.
Okay.
And don't stop.
So I want to go. Why am I nervous?
It's fine. It's just a squat. It's not a big deal. Just
I work it all the time.
chest out. Keep your legs going right over your feet.
Right.
And keep those heels grounded down into the ground.
You gotta coach me.
Okay, you're good. Go.
So
Oh, you're doing the jump. Good for you. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you're good. You got 10. You're more than halfway there.
Oh, there we go. I feel the burn right now in the quads and the hamstrings all over the place.
Okay, you can rest for 10 seconds, Addie.
All right, yeah.
Yeah. So now a Tabata, we would do that over. So you'll do 8 rounds of that. So 20 seconds on, 10 seconds rest. And you keep doing that, your heart rate's going to get going.
Let's see.
You're going to feel it down here. And that's a Tabata. So a Tabata can be whatever you want it to be, but it's just a constant movement.
So Tabata is more of just a measurement of how long you're doing it. You can do whatever exercise.
Yeah, you can do. So last week we did a floor Tabata. So everything we did planks and sit-ups. And it's just that 20 seconds of high intensity interval training, 10 seconds rest, 20 seconds on, and you're just going for it. That 20 seconds, you really put it out there. So
I was going to say, is this technically a HIIT workout?
Kind of, it's a variation of that.
Okay.
So yeah,
Good to know. I'm learning something new every day.
Yeah. Just,
so do you have any other exercises for us here today?
Oh my gosh. I always have exercises.
I know, you got them in your back pocket.
So I do think you need to kind of do a warm up too before you do anything, especially if you're doing these jumping, but any kind of warm up. We've done inchworms here, yes?
Yes, we have done inchworms.
So we'll do a little inchworm modification. So we're going to do an inchworm shoulder tap, right?
Okay.
So keeping my legs straight, I'm going to go down and I'm going to walk this out like this into a plank and then just do a couple shoulder taps, right?
I should have just stuck with the squats.
And then, so you asked for it, right? And then all the way back
Yes,
up.
I did.
Right, so we're just going to kind of warm our body up all the way down. So just kind of keep doing that. You want to do it with me or what?
I don't know. I don't really think I want to is a strong word.
Shoulder
want
tap?
is. All right, let's see. How do we do this with the microphone? All right,
I got you.
So I'm just going to come down.
Okay. Walk it out. Now tap those shoulders.
1, 2, 3, 4. Like that.
Yep, walk it back up.
Bring it back up.
And then stand. There's your inchworm. You got one. So
Maybe I should have put my hair up. I asked him before if I would need to put my hair up in a ponytail. Maybe I should have done that.
I kind of liked the hair flowing. It was an effect.
Gives it a little effect.
Yep. One more. Okay. So this is another good one. So we've done planks. We did planks last time.
Yes.
So we're going to do some Panther. We'll kind of play on that shoulder tap thing. So we'll kind of go down. We're going to do so everybody knows a plank like this. This is called a Panther Plank. So we're going to keep your legs here, right?
Ooh, okay.
And then you don't want to move your body side to side, right? Mm-hmm. We're going to keep our body straight and then do the shoulder tap.
That's stability.
Right? And that's a Panther Plank.
That's some serious core work right now. I don't know that I could keep myself straight. All right, let's see. All right, put me to the test.
So I'm going to walk out into a plank. Yeah, and then kind of bring it up into that Panther and hold it there. Yep, and then try not to twist your body. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, look at me go.
You got
Fit queen. That's what I am.
I'm a fit queen as well. It's fine.
We got 2 fit queens over there.
It's fine.
All right, that's it.
Yeah.
You can see how swollen.
Yeah, and so that you'll kind of feel that all through your core. So that's a good kind of core.
Definitely feeling it. A little bit in the quads too.
Yeah, you'll kind of feel it everywhere. So
yeah.
Yeah.
That was good stuff. All right. Well, now that I've gotten a nice sweat going and it's a little warm in here too.
It's warm. It smells like delicious food.
I know. It's a good thing we got a little workout in because
right.
it's making me hungry, whatever's coming up in the kitchen. So, Angie, let's get over to that sometime soon, I hope.
Oh my goodness. Look at me. I'm so swole. I want a shirt that says that. Addie Miners. That was amazing. Both of you are queens. I thought JDU was going to start twerking there for a second. I didn't know what that was. Oh my goodness. Yes, we do. JD, I don't know. While the test is coming up, we're excited for it. We know he's in the corner right now. We know that you're going to do an amazing job. And Addie, as always, is game. is game for anything. Well, speaking of being game for anything, this is Princess Curtin. Now, Princess has been a long-time stylist. She does hair mostly, but she can also do makeup. She can do fashion styling. And it's A Touch of Princess is the name of her business. And I teach our daughter, you don't tell fibs, but sometimes there's no way around it when you're trying to do something for someone. So I've got to set a little scene here, Princess. We don't actually have any models coming for you to teach us how to braid. Mm-hmm. The theme of today's show has been appreciation. Mm-hmm. We appreciate our healthcare heroes. We got to talk with Dr. Bryant from Norton Pediatrics earlier in the show. Shane Udick from NB Develop, which we lease this space from him. We appreciate him. And we wanted to show our appreciation to you as well. But I'm going to share this because you shared it on Facebook. Many people who have ever, if you've been a part of a business or you open a business, you know that a ribbon cutting or a grand opening, it's really a celebration of you. Kind of like Addie did when she was working out, when she's like, go me, which I appreciate. We need to be our own cheerleaders. But Princess went a little bit further, maybe took her own turn and used her grand opening to celebrate her clients. Now, unfortunately, clients like me, I've been coming to Princess for years for all my hair care fun and fashion and needs and all of that. And we had a photo shoot at Extol. And so I couldn't attend, but not only I couldn't attend, but no one could attend. And I know that was heartbreaking.
It was very heartbreaking, but at the end of the day, you know, they felt bad, but I did have my family there.
Yes.
But I just looked at it like, you know, you learn, but I still appreciate them at the end of the day. And the ones that weren't able, they felt bad. They tipped extra or whatever here recently. But like I tell them always, I appreciate them, even if they don't tip, because I don't look forward to that. I just look forward to seeing them and treating them and hearing them say, thank you. My hair's so healthy. I had someone, she just came to me the first time yesterday. She got a trim. She got a new color. She's like 68 years old. She's just extremely happy. She's like, oh my gosh, it feels so much better. Just like that. And just teaching health care for hair is important because the lack of knowledge shows in hair.
There's a reason why I go to you and only you for my styles. And I will tell you though, I mean, I know that you're saying it's okay and all of that, but really, I mean, if your clients, myself included, we appreciate you, and the fact that you used what should have been a celebration of you to celebrate others is just, I mean, the embodiment of who you are, because that's what you do. You don't just do hair, even though that's important too. You encompass the whole person. Now, before we throw to a little video here, I have to tell you this. You're wearing a mask. We're socially distant. I have a mask when we go into the kitchen. We know that COVID rates are rising. We're all just trying to take precautions. I had to make the executive decision to ask several people. There was a pretty big group of people who have been planning for a couple of weeks now to be here. We also had a musician, but because of COVID rates, I had to ask them not to. We're keeping our numbers down here in the studio. So I just want you to know, Dee Dee Cox and a whole posse of people should have been here, but for safety precautions, I asked that they not come here. And our musician, Jacob Head, will be on with us in another couple of weeks. We just want to see these rates plateauing, and we're just trying to follow some guidelines. But there are at least a couple people who wanted to send some good wishes. So let's take a look right here.
Hey Princess, I don't think you'd expect to be seeing me like this in my work outfit, but I just had to tell you that I'm so proud of you for how far you've came, and your little boy is just so adorable, and I just want to say thank you for helping me be the person I am today, because without you I would not be doing pageants. You were the first person to make me feel confident in my own skin. You were the first person to make me feel like I was grown. I felt like Marilyn Monroe in that little photo shoot, but if it wasn't for you, I seriously would probably not be doing pageants today. And I probably would not be where I am today. And I just want to say thank you and that I love you.
Okay, so Princess, help us out. And we're getting some Kleenex here. Who was that?
That's my little pageant sister, my little baby Liz. I'm so sorry.
Well, Liz wanted to be here today, and again, she was among a group of people who were ready to be here,
I
and
love her.
we just have cut the numbers
So
down.
Well, thank you.
But she's not the only one there. Addie has some Kleenex for you. Hey, we are all about, happy tears. You deserve to be celebrated.
Y'all got me.
I'm glad we got you.
At
We've
least
been
first.
trying for a couple of weeks now to.
Oh my God.
This is just.
Oh,
I know you're headed out on
sorry.
just a little gift
Thank
again from
you.
one of my favorite stores, Regalo. You can go ahead and
Let
open
me
that
open
for
it.
a second.
Is this something? Oh, let me open it all the way up.
It's you
a
can
bath
just
bomb?
smell it. It's
Smell
a
it?
bath bomb, but I love the quote,
No.
Maya Angelou, be a rainbow in someone else's cloud. That is absolutely you.
Thank you.
You are someone who deserves to take a little break.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Thank you.
Here's another little gift
Wait.
again from Regalo. Like I said, the theme is appreciation. We're not done yet.
Oh my gosh.
We are not done yet.
Oh, Miss Angie. Why'd you do
I
this?
probably
Yeah,
tied
it's
that
okay.
just to make sure nobody else touched your gifts. If you're just joining us on Extol Live, 11 o'clock on Friday, sponsored by New Washington State Bank and Cutter Woodworking, it's been all about appreciation today. And Princess Curitan, she owns A Touch of Princess, and you just recently moved to Jeffersonville in Bolton Tie.
Yes, I did. I love that location. It's a really peaceful, beautiful, clean environment. They're growing and they're loving. They care about us. Oh, I'm one of those.
Janice
regular
Joplin, and what does the quote say?
I'm one of those regular weird people.
And here at Extol, weird,
I love
we
this.
embrace. We
Yes.
embrace the weirdness, the creativity, the people who think out of the box. You might want to put those right over there.
Yes, I sure will.
We're not
sorry.
done yet.
We're not done yet.
No, we are not. There's somebody else who wanted to make sure that they sent you a special message as well. Take a look.
So, hey, good morning. Good morning to Miss Angie, and good morning to Extol Magazine, and good morning to baby girl, Princess Curitan. I am so excited that this is going to take place, and you're going to receive some recognition. I can barely talk this morning. Recognition that you well deserve. I am so excited that Miss Angie was able to do this. I wish we were able to be in the studio together, but because of the big C word, we're not. So this is how it has to come across. I wanted to let Princess know that from the first moment I met her at the event that we did with Jessica Taylor, I went up to Jessica and I said, "Who is that? Who is that beautiful young lady?" Because I knew what I was going to do. I was going to approach her to compete in the pageant industry. Little did she know that one conversation with a question that started with, "Have you ever?" And from there, she has competed in the pageant industry. She has won several titles. She has also traveled with me to New York, to Chicago. Goodness gracious, I can't get it all together this morning. To Chicago for the Big Fashion Week with Sherry Gearhart. I watched this young lady well over 5 years now grow into an amazing woman, an amazing hairdresser that is very experienced in the field, as well as not only that, but she gave birth to my god baby. I am the fairy godmother. She and Netta have done a wonderful job of bringing life into this wicked old world, and I wanted to say, Princess Curitan, I could not be more proud of you. I love you as a daughter. I am so proud of all that you have accomplished, that you will accomplish. Move those mountains, baby girl, and always remember Acts 20:35. It is better to give than to receive, and that is what you do. And again, I am so, so proud of you. I love you to the heavens, I love you to the stars, and I love you to the moon and back. God bless everyone. Have an awesome day.
Ooh, double just
That was Dee Dee Cox there Happy tears, that's
yes.
for sure.
Sorry.
But you do not need to apologize. There are a lot of people who love you, and again, a lot of people who wanted to be
I
here.
appreciate you all.
We just wanted to show our appreciation to you, Princess, because again, you do more than just make people look beautiful. It really matters to you how they feel on the inside.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, it is. It's important. It's really important to me. Not always have them reassure me. Do not ever leave this chair unhappy. I don't care what it is. If I have to go back and redo something, because you're an example of me when you walk around. So
Absolutely. And one last little gift that I think is more than appropriate. Again, Princess is a touch of princess. It's Me, Hair, and I on Facebook. That's her handle. And on Instagram, I know there's an underscore that's in there. I think it's underneath your name right there.
It's Me_hair and I on Instagram.
And it's just Me, Hair, and I
on
Facebook.
On Facebook under Princess K. Kirtan.
You're a careful gift opener.
I didn't want to get a little reckless here today. A little fragile.
Did you really think you were coming here to braid hair?
Yes, I did.
Then we did it well.
I was looking for a model and everything.
You can go ahead and read that.
It says, everybody deserves somebody who makes them look forward to tomorrow.
And you are that somebody
Thank
to
you.
so many people.
I'm gonna put this in my salon.
Princess, we just want to say thank you.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you on behalf of all of the folks, clients, friends, people who are not here. We love you. We appreciate you.
Thank
Cannot
you.
wait to come and see your new salon in
Yes.
Jeffersonville. I know you're going on a little much deserved vacay coming up, but get me booked, girlfriend.
I get you. I get you. I
We got
really
some
appreciate
braids that
you.
need doing here.
Our unpigmented friends, I do too underneath here.
But
So,
we appreciate you so much. I'm
thank
glad
you so
that
much. I
thank you
appreciate you.
to Dee Dee and everybody else for
Y'all
helping us
got
pull off
me
the
good.
surprise. But speaking of appreciation, we appreciate our sponsors as well, and that includes Cutter Woodworking.
Here at Cutter Woodworking, I'm a CNC programmer and operator. So my previous job, I had a pretty long drive, about an hour and a half drive from home, and I just wasn't happy there. So I decided I would come to Cutter's. It was closer to home. I heard some good things about it. So I decided to come in, put an application in. And now I am super happy that I did, and I'm thankful that I did. I enjoy my time here. It's a great place to work. Here we have great benefits. It's family-owned business. They're always out and about. There's tons of job opportunities out there. There's plenty of opportunities to be able to move up. If you prefer a different job, or maybe you like something better, there's always some openings here and there that could better yourself, better your future here, and also better the company. Anybody out there that's searching or thinking about putting in a job application, or even just coming in and checking out the place, I highly recommend it. I don't think you would ever be disappointed. I think you would actually be pretty happy with the decision, a year down the road or 5 years down the road. I don't think you would ever look back. I know I sure haven't.
Thanks for joining us here on Extol Live. We now have Chef Liz Martina, who's here with Mesa Kids Cooking School, New Albany Farmers Market, and you brought Paula Marler with you.
Yeah, so Paula, we're talking about appreciation, right, and friendship, and Paula is one of my dearest and closest friends, but she is also my life coordinator. She helps me with everything Mesa Kids, everything Farmers Market, and everything Lizzie. So, of course, she'd be helping me with this as well.
Well, I love that. So if you just missed, we pulled off a little bit of a surprise for Princess here. As always, we will post our segments on our Facebook and YouTube channel and slice all of them up. We're glad that we pulled a surprise off, but I also contacted Liz. Remember all those silly questions that I kept sending you via text? I mean, I think I asked you things like, Cold pizza, yay or nay? What's your favorite dessert? What's your favorite? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And
Dude,
you-
and the dogs or the cats.
Dogs or cats? I was trying to throw her off
And
so I
then
could
I
get
was
bits
like-
of info.
And then the dish, my favorite dish.
So, Liz, what is it that you're making today?
Well, I heard from a very good source that your favorite meal, let me turn this up a little bit, is chicken fettuccine Alfredo.
It
So
is.
I've started making some fresh pasta, and you're going to help me with the rest.
Okay.
So you got to get your hands dirty, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
we've got some fresh fettuccine working here that Paula's going to watch for us while I, show you what to do. And then look at this. You got Alfredo sauce, heavy cream, lots and lots of Parmesan. You want to add some more Parmesan to it? It'll let you do that too. You're gonna let that simmer, and I'm gonna show. So let's talk here. All right. So I'm gonna get this out of the way.
Okie dokie.
And is it possible for me to move this just a little bit?
You sure can. Let's get this stuff out of your way. This is
Okay.
your show. I'm just moving stuff around.
All right. So for time's sake, I went ahead and made some fresh pasta dough. But I'll give you the recipe if you'd like, and everyone else as well.
Alrighty.
So here's fresh pasta dough. It's flour, salt, olive oil, a bit of water, eggs. We're gonna take some of this here, and I'm gonna have you come over here, Princess.
Okay.
Okay. This here, we're gonna give you a little flour.
Uh-huh.
And this is, right here is a pasta machine.
Uh-huh.
You can make it to shape a lot of different flat pastas, but what I love to do most is to just get it into my sheets. And then I like pasta a little bit thicker than most people, so I'll hand cut it, and that's what we're gonna do today.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you just a little bit, get it started.
Mhm.
Got a nice flour. I'm gonna put this on our widest setting.
Uh-huh.
And then all you gotta do is just slowly do this, all right?
Okay.
So we're gonna pass this through just like this a couple times.
Okay.
And then we're gonna make it smaller, okay? And before you know it, you're gonna come with a big, long, thin sheet that you get to cut up, all right?
Okay.
Okay, great. Ready?
So we'll start rolling.
Yep, you're gonna, just like that.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Slow.
Slow.
Okay.
Fresh pasta is something that's
You're
easy to
a
make.
natural.
This is my first
Get
time.
it. Get it. I'll give you some more flour.
Yes.
Here we go. All right, we're gonna pass through again.
Okie dokie. This is my first time doing this. This is cool.
You are a natural at this.
Thank you.
Perfectly steady. You're awesome.
Yes.
All right. Now, we're gonna just make just a little bit smaller.
Okay.
Okay, and we're gonna go through again.
Alrighty.
I find this to be very therapeutic.
I was
Probably
gonna
a lot
say, this is
like
relaxing.
writing.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. This is.
Liz, I have to ask, are these the kinds of things that you teach at Mesa
Absolutely.
Kids Cooking School?
Yes, we have all kinds of classes at Mesa Kids Cooking School. One of very popular series that we do is a pasta making camp, but we do this a lot. I also teach these kind of classes at Mesa Collaborative Kitchen. But we're not just about just recipes and things like that. We
I hope that's someone that's like, I'm watching you right now.
it is, I'm sure.
We should have picked it up. Hello.
Well, we've been getting calls nonstop for Mesa Kids Food Truck Challenge, and so that is probably what it is.
Oh, that's fun.
We're really excited about that. That is a concept that actually the two of us kind of came up together, and that's why I love Paula so much, because she's so inspirational.
Really quickly, Liz, explain what that is while you and Princess are. And Princess, again, you said this is your first time making homemade pasta.
Yes.
This is perfect. I wish you guys could see this up close, because this is a perfect sheet of pasta. So the Mesa Kids Food Truck Challenge is a whole new avenue. We teach cooking classes, decorating, make this a little bit smaller, all that fun stuff for kids who are preschool age all the way to about 15. But one thing that we have kind of lacked and have been waiting there we go. Sorry,
It's trying to run away.
it sure
from
is.
us.
Here we go. There we go.
Okay.
So we really haven't reached a lot of older high schooler kids and middle school. And something that's really important to us is not just how to follow a recipe, but actually to gain skills that you have that you can use throughout your entire life. So the Mesa Kids Food Truck Challenge is geared towards kids who are middle school and high school, all the way up to 18, 19. And it is a crash course in culinary business. So we are challenging these kids to come up with a mobile food business from concept to execution, whether it is a, here we go. one more time. Okay. Whether it's a barbecue joint or a dessert cart or a drink or something like that. But in order to do that, because that's no easy task, we are bringing in mentors from all around Southern Indiana, from chefs to food truck owners. We're bringing in the bank for financial literacy. First Financial is going to be there with us. The ISBDC, Indiana Small Business Development Center, is going to be teaching these kids and working with them to write a business plan. We're bringing in the health department. We're bringing in marketing companies. We are also bringing in Prosser, and they are going to help us get all of these kids Serve Safe certified. And that alone is huge. So by the end of this program, really an incubator program, all kids that are in this program are going to have a complete, ready to execute business plan. I can't wait to,
it's fantastic. I mean, we're seeing organizations like Maker 13. They're working to help people build businesses. I love hearing that Mesa Kids Cooking School is doing that. When we collaborate, it's amazing what we can do. Now, I'm going to go ahead and hand this to you, Paula, really quickly. The theme of today has been appreciation. And Liz, or Lizzie, as those who love her know, she spoke some words of appreciation for you. What do you appreciate most about Liz?
I appreciate Liz brings out, she is inspiring to me. She is very inspirational. She brings out my creativity. We've been very close. I'm sorry. We've been very close since we started working together at Adrian and Company. And she's just an amazing person, and I just love to be around her, love to work with her. She's inspiring to me.
I think a lot of people say that about Liz, that's for sure, and that is absolutely the truth. Now, okay, Liz, the difference between store-bought and when you make it by yourself is, exponentially different, right?
Yes, it sure is.
The taste, everything, but how long are you boiling the pasta?
Half the time that you would a regular pasta. Half the time. So it's great because, it takes a little bit of time for dry pasta to kind of get up to temperature and start absorbing, but this is fresh and ready to go. So I have in here really simple, but my favorite Alfredo sauce is heavy cream, salt and pepper. Got some freshly grated garlic in here and lots of Parmesan cheese.
Now, Princess, I don't know if you all caught that when Dee Dee Cox's video played. She's the godmother, or fairy godmother, as she calls it, to Princess's new little boy. Cruz is how old now?
He is 5 months.
Oh, that's still so new.
I know.
Princess, some comfort food like this after everything you've done. You're still working. You're a new mom. You are lifting other women in particular while you're doing all of this. And when I asked Liz if she wanted to be a part, she was like, I don't care. I'm in. I will make this happen.
I love her.
And so I'm just really appreciative to all of you. We've got about a minute left, which I don't think we're probably going to get this finished right here.
Well, this is finished, so I'm actually going to be able to plate it up
for you.
Let's
plate it up.
All right, so we made and cooked some pasta beforehand. I'll get this out of the way.
Liz is no stranger to live stream or TV time, that's for sure.
I can tell. She looks, this is great.
I am more comfortable in someone else's kitchen than I am my own, and that is sad. Now look at this, thick and creamy. Oh my God.
Good.
So the reason we cut our pasta by hand is because I love really thick noodles. And
Yes. It's so filling.
Yes, absolutely. Whoops. All right.
It's not a dish if you don't make a mess, as far as I'm concerned.
That's true.
That looks fantastic. Now, Liz, as you're dishing that up, how did you cook the chicken ahead of time?
So, you know what? I like to use whatever I have on hand, whether it's just salt and pepper or some regular spices. So I season that heavily with salt and pepper and some olive oil. And I just cooked it until it was nice and crispy.
Oh my gosh, that looks so nice.
That does look great.
I'm going to use my hands, and I apologize, but I promise I've washed them.
No, you're fine.
Princess, I'm going to take over while your dish is being made. I'm also going to just bring you over just so we can show that on camera. Cheers to you. Wait. Cheers to you for sure. By the way, I know that you, again, new mama, this is 100% sparkly juice.
Okay. It's fine.
The real stuff the next time. And I know you're getting ready to go on some travels here, but seriously, cheers to you.
Thank you all.
And then, Liz, what else did you just put on here? That's gorgeous.
Of course, I used some fresh mozzarella from Lots of Pasta and tomatoes from S&S produce, and you can find both of them at the farmer's market. Just a little bit of olive oil and balsamic.
Y'all got me.
That smell, even through the
And I'm gonna
mask,
hit you
is
with
amazing.
a little bit of sea salt. There you go.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh. Thank you. I'm excited.
I mean, can you grow an extra hand, right? Right there. By the way, one of the crazy questions that I asked Princess was, what's your favorite dessert? And you said vanilla cupcakes.
She knows you.
It's got some blue frosting because, you know, blue cruise. I think that's one of his favorite colors. But again, I appreciate you, Princess, so much.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate Shane Udick and NB Develop. We appreciate Liz and
much.
Paula so much for being here. Liz, I think you is going to be a familiar face here at Extol, that's for sure. And we also thank our sponsors, and that includes Cutter Woodworking and, of course, the New Washington State Bank. Okay, how's the first taste? Hot, but
great.
Oh, yay. Well, whatever you're doing this Friday, make it a point to tell someone how much you appreciate them whether it's in a big way or a small one as well.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for taking the time. Thank you for taking the time to watch Extol Live. We are live Fridays at 11 o'clock on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel as well. And now to end the show for this week, we're going to kick it to our Furry Friday. This sweetie was on the show with us last week. Her name is Allie. She's at the Jeffersonville Animal Shelter, the sweetest thing in the world, and she's looking for her forever home. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
This is Allie. She's a boxer mix and the sweetest girl. Allie is spayed, up to date on her vaccines, and microchipped. She does really well around other dogs, kids, and pretty much everyone she meets. She's a great dog to go on walks with and to also snuggle with. If you're interested in adopting Allie, you can visit her at the Jeffersonville Animal Shelter on Willinger Lane from Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 11 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., or on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. If you have any questions, their number is 812-282-0071. Again, that's 812-282-0071.